Hello, lovely artists. Today we're going to be drawing a watercolor flower. I'm using the iPad Pro with the Apple Pencil and the Procreate app. If you're new to Procreate, I also have a video called 25 Procreate Tips and Tricks, which I suggest to watch first because as I draw, I'll be using these shortcut actions. I will link that video below. So grab your favorite tea or coffee and let's start drawing. So first thing, I have a layer that's called paper, which kind of gives a textured feel. And then second, I've drawn my flower in an outline. I just used like a pencil, like probably a 6B pencil. Sorry, it's an HB pencil. And next we're going to be using the watercolor brushes, and I will link these below so that you could grab them as well. And then I'm just going to grab this textured stroke with dark edges. That's what it's called. All right, so let's start off with this color, which is kind of like a mauve. So just to give you an idea of how this brush works. And I'm also applying a little bit of pressure and just letting go of the pressure. It's a pretty cool brush. So I'm going to start off with this petal right here. And if I apply lots of pressure, it's going to put more color in. And if I decrease that pressure, it's going to go smaller. And the trick is you don't want to let go of this brush, because if you do, then you're going to be starting off with another kind of like translucent layer on top of it. And I don't really want that look. So I'm going to try to do this all in one go. And I'm going to add more pressure towards the outside of the petal. And that gives it kind of like a lighter shade. Okay, so I'm going to start a new layer. And I'm going to do this all the way around. And we want to start off darker inside, as that's where all the shading is, and then lighter towards the edges of the petal. All right, next I'm going to just get rid of all of these layers. I'm going to work them one by one. So starting with this one, I'm just going to add a little bit more color inside the base of the petal. And then I'm going to take the wash brush and I'm just going to gently blend that. I don't want to get rid of any of this watercolor texture. Again, I'm going to do that with each layer. You can also toggle with the blending brush up here and just make sure it's set to an airbrush. All right, let's put them all back on. And I'm gonna take the sketch off just to take a look at that. And just looking at it right now, I think this might be a bit too dark. So let me find that layer. I'm gonna take my eraser with an airbrush, and I'm going to just lightly, with the opacity at 50%, I'm just gonna erase the middle. So it looks a little bit translucent. All right, so I'm gonna go down to the bottom and start another layer, and we're gonna pick this green, and we're gonna do the same thing. And then I'm gonna grab a darker shade. All right, let's take off the sketch. All right, guys, this is your quick little tutorial on using the watercolor brushes. For more drawing tutorials and gadget reviews, be sure to subscribe to Draw with Marina.